What's the implication for America and the West if he can't make sizable change?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I would start by saying I'm optimistic. Like, I think he's determined. I think that Elon's determined. I think Vivek is determined. I think the team around the Doge. By the way, a lot of the key staffing positions, there's a lot of controversy in the press as usual about the cabinet officials, and I think many of those are also very good. But a lot of the operational managers that are being brought in at like the deputy secretary level and the department heads are very, very strong people. And so I think this is going to be one of the strongest, if not strongest, execution competence capability administrations that we've had in a long time. Again, maybe arguably since I think a reasonable case that this will be the best staffed administration since the 1930s. And so I'm reasonably optimistic. And then look, the president has this is in this sort of very interesting position where he doesn't ever have to run again, right? Because he can't. Right. And so a lot of what happens in a second term, if presidents choose to take advantage of it, is they can do things that that basically might even put their reelection at peril. They can do more forceful things because they can do the things that they actually think are important as compared to the things that they think they might need to do to get reelected. And that's something you can only do when you're going to get termed out. And so, and then of course there's sort of all the things kind of behind Trump's level of determination this time, which I think is very high. So I'm quite optimistic. I don't know. I mean, you could paint various cynical pictures of the whole thing being gummed up. My guess is if it disappoints, it's going to disappoint in the sense of some of these things are going to get done, but not all of them. And frankly, like I think it'd be great to solve all of our problems at once. But if we can't do that, if we can just basically, if this team can sort of give us a roadmap on how to do things properly and can kind of show us, through examples, if let's say there's 1,000 versions of this problem that have to get solved and this team only gets to the first 100, then we will have the recipe book right for how to solve the next 900 over the next 2 or 3 or 4 administrations that follows that. And so that would be my optimistic failure case. And I think we will get at least that, if not a much more sweeping transformation.